Good afternoon, everyone. It's been a while since we've seen each other with COVID and everything else, but today I want to do a brand new presentation I've never done before. Well, I did about half an hour ago, but it's okay. So normally I would come out on stage with, my job title, company name, and the title of the presentation. But I'm going to do something slightly different because I actually want to give you the title in isolation because I want to see your reaction and see how you feel about it. And the title goes like this: Who is going to clean your bum when you are old and decrepit? Okay, how do we feel about that? Is that intriguing? A thumbs up from everybody, a bit, well, it's okay, or actually it's a bit rude, a bit inappropriate. I can say there's a mixed bag of reactions out there. But I have a longer version, which might give a bit more context behind it. And this goes like this: Who is going to clean your bum when you are old and decrepit? When you've maybe sold yourself in bed, which could be a hospital bed, care home bed, or your own bed at home. Now, I'm not trying to be provocative with that title, with that description, because there's a real question to be answered, and that is the premise of this talk today. I just want you to think about your family, your relatives, your friends, and your work colleagues, and just think, are they having more children these days or less compared to when you were a child? Are their families bigger and bigger, or some people putting off having family until later on in life? But also, how about your aunts, your uncles, your grandparents? Are they living longer than before? We've got fantastic NHS, adult social services, and medical advances mean people can live for longer, but maybe with more ailments. Maybe they need more looking after. But from my experience and anecdotally, people are seemingly living longer. I just want to bring a couple of statistics and some trends to make you aware of. The Office of National Statistics said in 2021, although there was a slight rise in the number of births in England and Wales, there is a long-term downward trend in the birth numbers. And also within the younger generation, there's a low fertility rate, so people are having less and less children themselves within that family unit. Furthermore, there was a Dorset LEP, Local Enterprise Partnership report, that said by 2040 there will be a dependency ratio of 1. What that means is the number of people of pensionable age will equal the number of people within working age. Now, we'll talk about that in a different way and how that will affect our lives in future. I've also seen a recent statistic shared by Darren Slade from the Echo, actually, and that said 29% of the Dorset population is 65 or older. That's 29%. For the rest of the world, they were going to reach that figure by 2050. So Dorset is way ahead of the curve. Go Dorset! But actually, I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing. So taking those aspects I've just talked about, I want to talk, just look at it in a different way. Maybe it's in a more graphical way. After the Second World War, there was a massive boom in population, of which they call them the baby boomers, people born after 46, and so on, which is what was needed for the world to recover from the ravages of war. We needed more people to rebuild the economies, rebuild the countries even. That was good. You had a lot of people at the bottom of this triangle supporting the elderly generation towards the top. So that's stable, and that was good. But with that Dorset LEP saying, the sides are going to square up a little bit in terms of the number of people in pensionable age compared to the number of people within working age. If those birth rates decline as they are currently, well, what's going to happen to that triangle? It's going to straighten up, and then it's going to be more of an upside down triangle where there's not enough people working down here to support everybody at the top. And that's a grave concern. But we can address that. If England, the UK was a closed system where nobody else could come in and out, then actually that decline would just happen. That's just basic mathematics. But we have options. I don't want to mention the Brexit word, but actually, maybe we should. But this talk, we haven't got the time to meander down a political path with a capital P. But it's a reality that if we don't have enough people working, creating jobs, working within the healthcare services, working within businesses to create an environment where more and more people will come to work, then there's no way we will have enough people to support the local economy and to support through taxes, etc., the local national health, the hospitals, adult social services. And if you think that healthcare is under strain now, just think if we don't have enough people in the future. If you think the high street is looking pretty bad at the minute, just think if we don't have enough people supporting that economy. But it is something that we can do something about. I'm about 10, 12 years to retirement. I'm okay, I've got a house. My wife's worked in the NHS for nearly 40 years now, so pension-wise, money-wise, we'll be okay. I have no worries on that front. But it isn't about us. We don't have children, we can't have children, but I have nephews, I have nieces, as you out there as well. You've got families, you've got grandchildren. So we need to think about the bigger picture. We need to have a grown-up conversation about how we're going to tackle this. It's very often said that, oh, the children are our future, but we'll just be paying lip service to that unless we actually do something about it. So I will leave this final question to you again, something to ponder with your friends, family, with your residents in your community, but maybe more importantly, with your MPs. And that question is, who is going to clean your bum when you are old and decrepit? Thank you, everyone.
Brilliant, brilliant.